Bill Shorten was the third consecutive Labor leader to front a coalition-instigated Royal Commission.
It's part of the rite of passage for a Labor leader.
The opposition's long labelled the trade union inquiry a political witch hunt.
This confirms it. This absolutely confirms it.
And this Liberal fundraiser invite, which bills the Royal Commissioner as the star speaker, immediately had Labor up in arms.
Dyson Heydon has disqualified himself from conducting the Prime Minister's Royal Commission into trade unions. He is conflicted, he is biased, the Royal Commission is a farce.
The invitation to the 6th Sir Garfield Barwick address, which is due to be held later this month, has a Liberal Party logo and clearly states the $80 cost should be paid to the party's New South Wales division. It also gives the option of making a donation, with all proceeds from the event to be applied to state election campaigning, though organisers say last year they only made a couple of $100.
Silence, all stand.
The Royal Commissioner is a former Justice of the High Court and has long been considered a Conservative. He has the backing of the Prime Minister.
There is no more distinguished person in the legal profession than Justice Dyson Heydon.
Raised eyebrows with this stinging critique of Bill Shorten during the Royal Commission.
What I'm concerned about more is your credibility as a witness, and perhaps your self-interest as a witness as well.
And was in the middle of hearings this morning when the issue made its way into the media.
Ms. McNaughton,
yes.
Another problem has arisen that I must attend to, so if it's convenient, we might take the morning tea adjournment now.
Shortly afterwards, he announced he'd pulled out of the event. A spokesman said Justice Heydon had decided that he was unable to give the speech if there was even the possibility of it being described as a Liberal Party event. Emails released this afternoon show organisers told Justice Heydon it was not a fundraiser, though it was hosted notionally under the auspices of the Liberal Party lawyers' professional branches.
I am completely certain that Mr Heydon would never have lent his name to the support of one side or other of politics.
In hindsight, was it a mistake?
Well, Mr Heydon has withdrawn from the lecture, and I think that should be the end of the matter.
But of course it wasn't. The explanation was never going to appease Labor.
When the front cover of the document has the Liberal Party logo, it's probably a hint that it's a Liberal Party function.
Plainly, Mr Speaker, the Royal Commissioner himself believed that it was inappropriate to give the address at a Liberal Party fundraiser.
Make no mistake.
The opposition interrupted a chaotic question time to demand Justice Heydon be sacked.
Be in no doubt, if a juror behaved this way, they'd be off the jury immediately. Immediately.
This Royal Commission is necessary because of the rorts, rackets and rip-offs which have been exposed inside the union movement.
But now even some of Tony Abbott's colleagues concede the findings of the Royal Commission, however valid, will be tarnished. The appointment of Bronwyn Bishop as Speaker and the establishment of the Trade Union Inquiry were always seen by Labor as partisan abuse of respected independent institutions. Both have now turned out to be major distractions for a government that's lately been lurching from one problem to another. Solidarity forever. The Royal Commission has claimed some union scalps and despite the criticism has also unearthed some serious allegations of corruption. But there's no chance the movement's leaders will leave this alone until the Royal Commissioner is removed from his post or stands down.
This has, from the word go, been a Royal Commission in what's called Kill Bill.
At the start of this week, the Prime Minister told his troops the government thrives when it's talking about jobs and growth. But that agenda has been completely derailed. Today, tensions again flared in the coalition over the divisive issue of same-sex marriage. Nationals MPs are upset the Education Minister Christopher Pyne tried to keep them out of the marathon same-sex party room meeting.
Boy, oh boy, isn't it going to be pretty tricky for them if the Nationals take a different point of view on every government policy.
While more cracks in Cabinet have also emerged. Attorney General George Brandis has declared a referendum on same-sex marriage is unnecessary, putting himself at odds with senior colleagues like the Social Services Minister, Scott Morrison.
I can't imagine there being a referendum on this question because, as I indicated to you in my earlier answer, on this issue, the Constitution is perfectly clear.
Coalition MPs and senators came to Canberra grumpy, and publicly they're trying to stay upbeat.
How's the week gone?
Been a wonderful week, a really good week.
But as they leave at the end of a sitting week, the mood privately is glum, and there's a deep fear the government's entrenched poor polling is only going to get worse.